GMD Boxing Reports. Ronell Higg reporting here. Alright, gang, so the new pound for pound ratings are in, and guess what? Gennady Golovkin made number 1. Wow. Alright, so you have Gennady Golovkin number 1, like I said, Terrence Bud Crawford number 2, Vasyl Lomachenko number 3, Guillermo Rigondeaux 4, Sergey Kovalev 5, Saul Canelo Alvarez 6, Mikey Garcia 7, can't pronounce that name, 8, Earl Spence 9, and can't pronounce that name, 10. But yeah, man, check it out, man. So I don't know, man. I mean, I guess a lot of people will be mad, you know, just to see Gennady Golovkin rated number 1. Nah, not really. I mean, maybe he was, you know, I mean, he is hard to beat, I say. But let's take a look at the Wikipedia on what they're looking for when they rate people number 1 pound for pound. All right, so here we are. Pound for pound. All right, pound for pound is a ranking used in combat sports such as boxing or mixed martial arts, of who the better fighters are, you know, relative to their weight, adjust to compensate for weight class. As these fighters do not compete directly, judging the best fighter pound for pound is subjective, and ratings vary. They may be based on a range of, you know, criteria, including quality or opposition factors, such as how exciting the fighter is or how famous they are. All right, so it did say something about famous. Before I read it, it had nothing to do with famous, because like I said, when Roy Jones was number 1 pound for pound, Oscar De La Hoya was the most famous boxer at that time. However, when Roy Jones got disqualified, Oscar De La Hoya did make the number 1 pound for pound. All right, so, or being tempted to determine who will win if all those ranks were the same size. See, that's what I was trying to say before. All right, just like I said, when Roy Jones was number 1, now let's say if Roy Jones was in each of those weight classes that was on that number 1 pound for pound list. All right, let's say if there was a Roy Jones in each weight class, they would have picked Roy Jones to defeat each and every boxer on that weight class. All right, so that's why he was number 1 pound for pound. So Oscar De La Hoya came second because he was famous, I guess. All right, the term is historically associated with fighters such as Benny Leonard and Sugar Ray Robinson, who are widely considered to be the most skilled fighters of their day. To distinguish them from the, I can't even see, I need my glasses, generally more popular and better compensated heavyweight champions since 1990. Ring Magazine, I'm gonna get on their stuff too, has maintained a pound for pound rank of fighters. ESPN has a list for mixed martial arts samurai. Ronda Rousey became the first woman to appear on top 10. All right, so I guess they made Gennady Golovkin the number 1 pound for pound because, you know, once again, for the Roy Jones factor. All right, if he was in each weight class of the list, most likely he would have defeated all those fighters. So let's go back to that. All right, so yeah, here we go. We're right back to it. All right, so yeah, Sean Jones, Andre Ward, moving up, this, that, and the word. Now, yeah, this is on Boxing Rep. Now, let me see, if you notice, you know, there are certain fighters that's not on here. You don't have you got Mikey Garcia. Of course, I read that, but you don't see Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Damn, you don't even see this guy here, Anthony Joshua, who is very popular over in England, and you know he has a name over here as well. Deontay Wild Swinging Wilder or Luis Ortiz. Damn. So, you know, let me take a look at see if I can find Crawford. All right, so here we are right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Where it's lighting up at. All right, so here it says, now that Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather retired from boxing, I am now the one to fill the number one spot, and I'm done talking about it. Okay, so who was that? So anyway, now that he is now the number one pound for pound guy, Gennady Golovkin, I would like to see what Terrence Bud Crawford is going to say, about this and everything. But see, I'm up here on my. Damn, I wish I had Twitter. I'm up here on my cousin's Twitter account. But anyway, yeah, man. Although Terrence Bud Crawford was going for it, I truly thinks it's a blessing to see that we have boxers who really do cares about this number one pound for pound. A lot of boxing fans say it don't matter, but to the boxers it do. Terrence Bud Crawford, Lomachenko, Gennady Golovkin, yeah, they cares about being number one, all right? Because when you have a fighter who cares about the number one boxing pound for pound list, and they wants to be that number one, pound for pound fighter, it says a lot. They're in the sport for the soul of the sport. You can tell their heart is really in it. They're not in here for the fame and all the riches and stuff. Like I said, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Okay, these guys looks more like they're boxers of flash. Whenever I take a look at Danny Garcia's Instagram, and so okay, he's out there showing off his new cars and his house, mostly trying to be like Mayweather. And most of these guys, they care about their zero, although Danny Garcia had lost his, but Keith Thurman did not yet. And plus, they don't even fight that much. They fight once a year. And what, man, I wish I could see how Terrence Bud Crawford feel about this. All right, so now here we are on his Twitter. His Instagram, and I found the same post that he had on Twitter and all, but wow. So look, if he really, it's not too late for Terrence Bud Crawford to still try to go for this spot. Now, he's definitely going to have to move up now. He was talking about taking on the winner of the Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn rematch, but as we all know, that fight did not happen. So now he's still talking about moving up to 147. Who knows? He just might take on one of the fighters on the number one pound, or not number one pound, but on the pound for pound list, and much likely that'll be Errol Spence and all. But I don't know, the way I see it, I truly do think that, in my opinion, that Terrence Bud Crawford, if he just go in there and box Errol Spence, he has a pretty good chance of winning. Errol Spence, he's a pretty good fighter. I'm not trying to diss the man or anything like that, but it's not much special about the dude. Okay, how do they say it? They have no arcade modes or special effects. He has no special effects. He has that body punching, yeah. However, all Terrence Bud Crawford have to do is be elusive and box. Just like he did with Julius Indongo. Man, he made that dude look amateurish. Terrence Bud Crawford, that is. He made Julius Indongo look very amateur. So, well, once again, congratulations to Gennady Golovkin, old man Terrence Bud Crawford. So that's my takes on this. CMD Boxing Reports. I'll catch you guys on the next one.